While vacation is a time to kick back and relax, there are certain items you should leave at home when packing for a cruise. For example, many mainstream cruise lines have banned multi-outlet power strips and irons due to safety concerns. Though fewer clothing items are on the prohibited list, you'll want to leave certain articles behind. Wearing a t-shirt littered with profanity on a family cruise isn't really kind. You also don't want to wear over-revealing clothing in the dining room. Although cruise ship dress codes aren't as formal as they used to be, here's a list of 7 things you shouldn't wear on a cruise ship. The first is camouflage clothing. While you won't be denied boarding for bringing camouflage clothing on your cruise ship, camo articles are illegal in many destinations, including popular ports of call in the Caribbean. Many countries reserve the camouflage pattern for their government officials or military personnel. Royal Caribbean's website reads, "Please note camouflage print clothing and accessories, as well as military-style clothing, is illegal in Antigua, Barbados, Grenada, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago. This style of clothing is reserved only for members of the military at these destinations." In 2023, a cruiser aboard Carnival Venezia to the Southern Caribbean was escorted back to the ship by local authorities while docked in Barbados because he disembarked wearing camo shorts and sported a camo backpack. Each country has laws against civilians wearing camouflage, with some being more strict than others. The best case scenario is being brought back to the ship. However, if you're caught wearing camo, you could be fined or even arrested. Play it safe and leave your camouflage clothing at home. Next, please don't wear swimsuits in restaurants. Even if you're traveling somewhere cooler like Alaska, it's common for passengers to pack a swimsuit to take advantage of the ship's hot tubs and enclosed pools. However, regardless of your destination, appropriately cover up when heading into the buffet or other restaurants. For example, Royal Caribbean states that bare feet aren't allowed in any venue. In addition to throwing on a cover-up or t-shirt before entering the buffet, all guests must wear shoes. Some cruise lines have open-air poolside joints where you can wait in line in your bathing suit, such as Carnival's Blue Iguana Cantina. However, if you're craving food from the all-you-can-eat buffet, you must be properly dried off and covered up, even if the buffet is a casual eatery. Additionally, only wear pajamas in your cabin. I'll admit it, I've worn my pajamas when grabbing a late-night slice of pizza. However, I'd never wear my pajamas during the day when going to the buffet or attending an afternoon trivia session. Pajamas are great for lounging around on a lazy Saturday at home, but cruise lines generally expect guests to dress more appropriately in public areas. There's a fine line between comfort and etiquette. I once saw a passenger grabbing a coffee from Cafe Al Baccio on Celebrity Ascent in their robe, and it was quite the sight. If you want to enjoy breakfast in your PJs, order room service. But if you want to be comfortable during the day, consider packing a stylish lounge set. You should also leave expensive jewelry at home. Wearing valuable jewelry on a cruise increases the risk of it being stolen or lost, especially when moving between ports and spending extended time in public spaces. Instead of packing expensive sentimental jewelry, such as your wedding ring or a family heirloom, consider leaving them at home and opting for affordable alternatives. Costume jewelry can complement your outfit without the fear of losing something irreplaceable. Though cruise ship cabins do have safes, you may not want to spend your entire vacation worrying about whether your expensive earrings are secure when navigating the ship. Offensive clothing should not be worn on cruise ships either. Clothing that refers to profanity or general lewdness should not be worn on cruise ships. Cruises are family-friendly environments, and it's important to be considerate of other passengers, especially children. T-shirts, hats, or other clothing items featuring offensive language, graphic images, or inappropriate slogans can create an uncomfortable environment for fellow cruisers and may violate the ship's dress code policies. Carnival's website says, "All guests are expected to ensure their clothing and accessories are respectful to fellow guests. Specifically, items worn during the cruise should not contain any message that may be considered offensive or contain nudity, profanity, or sexual innuendos and suggestions. In addition, clothing and accessories should not promote negative ethical or racial commentary or hatred or violence in any form." And while you can wear tight clothing, I wouldn't recommend it. From large breakfasts to 3-course dinners in the main dining room, you'll eat more than you usually do on your cruise. As such, tighter clothing can become uncomfortable by the end of the sailing. Instead, opt for comfortable articles that allow you to move freely. Stretchy fabrics, flowy skirts, and loose-fitting shirts are great choices when cruising, especially if you blow easily. After 7 days of eating and drinking, you'll appreciate having clothing that isn't tight on your waistline. While there are no cruise ship rules against tight clothing, pack articles you'll feel confident in and comfortable when indulging in heavier meals. Finally, do not pack footwear with wheels. Heelys are not as fashionable as they used to be. Even if your child is a fan of the classic wheeled shoes, you'll need to leave them at home. Though Heelys seem fun, they pose a safety risk in crowded spaces and on slippery ship decks. Because cruise ships don't have a lot of open space, Heelys can lead to accidents in confined spaces. However, make sure you pack at least one pair of closed-toed shoes. They're needed for many onboard activities like sports tournaments, rock climbing, and zip lining. You may also want a comfortable pair of walking shoes for lengthy excursions. That's all for today, everyone. Do you have any other suggestions of what cruisers shouldn't wear on cruise ships? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, here's to smooth sailing.